What's up, guys? Today's going to be a different video than usual. I'm actually going to be ranking NBA teams halfway through the 2022 NBA season, and I really don't want to take much of your time, but I would like you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already because I bring out constant NBA content. But anyways, we've divided this tiermaker.com list into 6 different sections, where the first one is contenders, and obviously you know what that means. Those are the teams that are most likely going to win the NBA championship this season, according to me. This is conference finals at best, so CF is short for conference finals. And these are the playoff locks, and then followed up by the playing teams, the teams that are missing the playoffs for sure, and then the teams that really need to rebuild. So we have teams here, right here, in a random order. So first we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Without a doubt, reigning NBA champions. Giannis is playing great. The whole team is playing great. They're definitely contenders. They're gonna win it. They have 25% chance of winning it, because I think I'm probably going to put about 4 teams in the contender spot because I already know which 4 teams are going to be. I might add one more team. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure. These teams, they're really good. So first of all, Milwaukee Bucks, yeah, they're contenders for sure. And the second team is right here, Brooklyn Nets. When you have Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, depending on if he plays in home games or not, this team is still a contender without Kyrie. So if you add him to 3 games of the NBA Finals, if they were to make it, they're definitely going to win. So I have Brooklyn as well. Toronto is an interesting team here because this team is actually nice. It's not as bad as the last 2 years or the year when Kawhi left, but they're still not the best team in the league. So I would say they're not going to miss the playoffs. They'll be in the playoffs, but if there'll be playoff locks, like the top 6 seed in the East, or if there'll be a playing team, I think it's a playing team, because I see 5 other teams that are going to be above them. Two of them are right here. So yeah, that's why I think they're a playing team at best. The Knicks rebuild. It's not working. Just Julius Randle, he's bad now again after playing one great season. He just back to normal. And RJ Barrett is very promising, but one player is not going to cut it. They need to rebuild, or else this franchise is going to be a joke for the rest of history. The Utah Jazz, they've always been good in the regular season, and they've been good this season as well. And why is this cut out? Why is it not the whole logo? Well, it is. It's very big, so I get why it's not the whole logo. But they're going to be conference finals at best. That doesn't mean they're going to make the conference finals. It means they might make it, and that's their limit. They're not going to be in the NBA finals versus teams like Brooklyn or Milwaukee. The Houston Rockets, I think they're basically already rebuilding, so I don't need to state much. And yes, they need to rebuild. The Pelicans, same with them. They're going to miss the playoffs the way they've been playing. Let me just search up their record real quick. That'd be good. Table, yeah, so they're 16 and 20. Yeah, so they definitely need to rebuild because, as you can see, they've won 16 games and they've lost 26 games, which is very embarrassing. And Zion is embarrassing himself as well. So this team needs to rebuild, and Brandon Ingram needs to get himself out of there. The Lakers, this one is going to be interesting because after Russell Westbrook got traded to the Lakers, they were contenders for a lot of people. But when the season began and it's been 20-25 games, and then we're okay, maybe Russ is having a bad stretch, and then there's 30 games, and then now it's halfway through the season, the Lakers are still struggling with LeBron playing like an MVP. I'm gonna say a playing team. Really, they're not a top 5 team in the Western Conference right now. They're 6th, I think. And as the season progresses, their chemistry should improve, but I think they're not going to be playoff locks. They're going to be a playing team. Chicago is easily one of the contenders. If I think about it, it's their first time having this type of success with DeMar on their team, and I don't think they'll make the finals actually, because you have more experience to they're not going to win against the Bucks in a 7-game series. They're not winning against the Nets in a 7-game series. So that's why I have them at the conference finals. And I think they will make the conference finals. But if they don't, then that's also reasonable, because these 2 teams are definitely supposed to make the conference finals that are up in the contender section. So they'll be a conference finals teams at best. And, first of all, props to DeMar DeRozan for being just great. He's playing so good. He's reviving his career in Chicago. And I think a few days ago, Zach LaVine also got injured playing versus the Warriors. So Hopefully he comes back pretty soon. At the time I'm making this video, he's not back, so I don't know when you're gonna watch it. Anyways, the Timberwolves, I'm gonna say playing team. Yeah, they're actually playing solid. Like, they're not a playoff lock for sure. They're not like contenders or anything, but they're playing pretty solid. So I'd say a playing team with D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, who is very promising. They look like a good team in the near future. Portland, it's obvious. Just good luck, Dame, with your surgery, but it's obvious. I don't even want to say anything. Denver would have been a conference finals teams. I would have put this right here only if Jamal Murray was not injured, because Jokic is an MVP and he deserved the MVP he got last year. And I could put playoff locks because, yeah, no, I don't think they'll make the conference finals. Because if Jamal Murray were to return even somewhere near playoff time, he wouldn't be as good as he was. He would need some time to get the rust off of him. So I'd say they're playoff locks. They're not conference finals ready right now. But Jokic, marvelous. The Thunder, again, same as the Rockets and Pelicans, are basically already rebuilding. So, yeah. The Grizzlies, okay, I might get some hate, but this young team is definitely gonna make the conference finals, or gonna be in the semifinals at least, because they're just so good right now. They're like top 3 in the Western Conference, and if you don't know why that is such a big achievement, they're up there with the Phoenix Suns and Golden State Warriors, who are on pace to win like 60-65 games. That means Memphis is also on pace to win 60-65 games, which is just tremendous for the young team that they are and the coaching that they have. So, you know, hats off to Memphis, bro, and John Morant as well, and everyone on that team. They're just putting such a great chemistry-wise team together. Dallas's season has been a roller coaster this year. I'm not gonna say time to rebuild because Luka is on that team, but besides Luka, that team is not very good. Kristaps Porzingis is nice, but again, he's not the unicorn type player we all wanted him to become. So that's why I'm gonna say they're playing. No. I think they're a playoff lock. They're gonna be top 6. Like, with Luka, come on, he's gonna win you a lot of games. So yeah, the Mavericks are top 6. They're gonna make the playoffs. Not a playing team. Yeah, again, we have the Spurs. We're obviously already in a rebuild, so what else? Phoenix, they are definitely contenders. Making the NBA Finals last year should probably give them a lot of confidence and experience to do it again this year. And with Chris Paul playing like he was last year and Devin Booker taking that next step, this team is looking very scary come playoff time. The Clippers is very interesting because they don't have Kawhi right now, and Paul George can supposedly miss the rest of the season. So if Paul George and Kawhi both miss the rest of the season, they're gonna miss the playoffs. But if they were to come back near the end of the season and the Clippers would be somewhere around a 10 or 11 seed, they can be making the play-in tournament. So I'm just gonna go with missing the playoffs. Just one reason is that because no team is there right now, so why not put the Clippers, because they're garbage. But anyways, yeah. Golden State. Yes, this is one of our contenders. This is like favorites basically, behind the Nets, and then it's probably Golden State Warriors that are favorites to win the championship this year, just because of Steph Curry, and now Klay Thompson's back, so hooray for that. And Steph Curry, he's been on a slump recently, but I think he'll get that off soon. I know it happens to every player throughout the season. It's a long 82-game season. He'll get that out of the way. But the Golden State Warriors are scary contenders in the West. Then we have the Detroit Pistons, who are bad. They need to rebuild, and they're going to be missing the playoffs. The Kings, I guess they're rebuilding they're sort of rebuilding, but it's confusing. The Kings situation is confusing. All I can say is that they're going to miss the playoffs. They might make the play-in tournament, but I don't think so likewise. So they're going to miss the playoffs. De'Aaron Fox is great, and he needs to get out of Sacramento to make his career more legendary, basically. He's a great player. The Cavs, the Cavs have been the most surprising team, in my opinion, this season, and they are going to be our playoff locks. Why are they going contenders? They're going to be our playoff locks for the season, because they've been great. Evan Mobley, and they have like 4 7-foot guys playing at one time, and it's such a big man type lineup, like the 90s and 80s. It's like retro style basketball in Cleveland right there, and they're doing good with it. Like in a 3-point era of the NBA, having 4 7-foot ish guys on the court at the same time and being effective with it is a very big accomplishment, and the Cleveland Cavaliers have done that very well. Then we have the Celtics, who are basically a joke now, because Jason Tatum, he's bad. Like, okay, 25 points per game, 5 assists, that's not bad, but that's not what he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be a 30-point per game scorer by this point of his career, after his second season, and what prospects saw with him when he got drafted. So the Celtics being like one of the worst teams in the East right now, or being very bad, not one of the worst, but like top 5 worst teams, it's very embarrassing, and I think they're going to be missing. Well, no, they'll be a playing team, actually. They'll be a playing team, but I don't think they'll pass the playing tournament. Philadelphia. Embiid, again, he's MVP. He's an MVP type player like every season that he plays, and he somehow didn't get injured so far, I believe. Did he get injured? I'm not sure. I think he didn't get injured. Like, even if he did, might have been like 2 or 3 games, but he'd been pretty healthy so far this season, and if he continues to be healthy, the Philadelphia 76ers will be playoff locks easily. I'm not going to say conference finals, depending on if Ben Simmons were to return, which I think, like, I don't even know what's going on with this dude, but I think Philadelphia is a playoff lock, easily. Charlotte, LaMelo Ball, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, most improved player candidate. This team is this team is a playing team. They're not playoff locks yet. It's a playing team. LaMelo Ball has a bright future. Miles Bridges has a bright future. Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier are, I think, both in their 30s or about to be in their 30s, which is fine, but this team is working out pretty decently. And there's, one thing that's important in basketball, you have to be fun to watch. You have to enjoy the game. And this team is one of the most fun teams to watch while they're out there. They might not be the best, but they're one of the most fun. Washington has also been a big surprise this season, like Cleveland, and that's why I'm going to put them in the playing spot, not the playoff locks, because, come on, with Bradley Beal leading your team and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, or you can say Kyle Kuzma being the second best player on your team, you're not playoff locks at that moment, but you are a playing team. So Washington in the playing tournament, yes sir. Anyways, the Magic, yeah, no, it's just why are they even in the league right now? Miami, they're good. Miami's good. Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero is putting up a great campaign for the most improved player this year, just like Miles Bridges. So it's going to be a fun battle between the two. But this might be shocking. I have them as contenders, because in the playoffs they might be really, really good. And if they are really, really good with the leadership of Jimmy Butler, they're going to shock everyone in the NBA. Okay, the Hawks made it to the conference finals last year, but they've struggled. They've just struggled so bad. And that's why I have them as the playing team. And Trae Young has been great. He should be an all-star starter, in my opinion, with DeMar DeRozan. But the Hawks have been really bad. I don't know what's wrong, but they've just been bad. And the Pacers are the last team to not make the playoffs in the NBA season this year. This was all according to me halfway through the season. So if you guys enjoyed watching, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope it made you happy watching the video. Anyways, thank you. Bye.